Hey guys, welcome to the video. This is the first episode of my break pass series. We're playing the 9-hole course at Cottesmore today and going to see how many rounds it takes to break par. So looking to film one of these weekly. Currently handicap at 8, but previously been 4. And yes, I have shot under par before, but not for about 6 years. So here we go guys, first hole, first tee shot, out of bounds left, lots of room right but fairly tight off the tee. So need a good tee shot, however just pulled it and caught the trees here and it dropped down just about 80 yards in front of me. So tee shot didn't even make the fairway, just under 200 yards to go, so hitting the 5-iron up over the brow of the hill here down towards the green. Hit it pretty nicely but just pulled it a little bit. Struck my first tee shot better. It just went straight into the tree. It's a pretty narrow start opening hole. You just can't miss left. You're basically dead if you go left in those trees there. So just pulled it a little bit, hit the tree, dropped straight back down. So just hit a 5-iron up, hopefully towards the green. I think it's just might be a little bit right. So first shot here, I've got about 30 yards. I've been a little bit fortunate, little gap through the trees, although everything's running away from me once I get to the green. I'm hoping to land this just in the semi and let it roll on down towards the pin. But I didn't strike this one very well, caught it a little bit heavy, which is disappointing. That was terrible. The aim here is just to bump it over the semi and get it rolling down towards the hole. It's all downhill. So won't need much. However, thought I hit it really well and it just ran away from me. So I left myself about 10-12 feet straight up the hill, a little bit dewy grass still, so really got to make sure I give this one enough. Normally just left it a little bit short, so double bogey start, which is a little disappointing. Okay, double to start, such a Cottesmore is such a beautiful course in Sussex. Today is a little cloudy and the course is a little bit wet at the moment. However, wait for the 5th. The 5th is probably my favourite hole on both courses. So tee shot on hole 2, it's a short par 4. Fairly big dogleg round to the left, so looking to hit a 3-iron. Down the middle somewhere to leave about 100 yards, wedge shot into the green. A little bit slappy and a little bit further left, but otherwise it should be fine. And it's down the left side of the fairway, so it could be... So not too bad a tee shot, or at least strike was okay. Let's go and find it. What I'm hoping is the fairway's a little bit firmer than last time, so hopefully I'm past the tree on the left here and got a view in towards the green. So the tree in front's just interfering a little bit, these branches just overhanging. Got 100 yards, just going to hit gap wedge, aiming towards the right side of the green. Just like that. A little bit. Okay. We're on the right side of the green. That was kind of exactly how I wanted to play it, really. So it was about 20-25 foot, a little bit downhill left to right, so just don't want to be too pacey with this one. So take a par, steady the ship a little bit after that double bogey start. So right off the back mat here today, just a little par 3, down between the trees. So our course is saying 115, it's playing downhill, so flags towards the back, so it's probably playing 105. Don't really want to go long, so sort of nice easy gap wedge again. Grip down a tad. Just going a little left. Is it enough? Okay. Just spun back just short. So just walking down the green, didn't really like the swing I put on that wedge. It was all just a bit wristy. Hadn't really committed to it. Was a bit unsure. So I think if I'd hit it full, or just a bit more commitment to it, would have been the right yardage. But anyway, so we're looking like probably gonna have to chip. Might be able to putt this, but we'll see when we get to it. So I've come up short, got a little bit of green to work with. Goes uphill and then a little bit downhill towards the hole. So I'm just going to play a little bump and run with an 8-iron and get it feeding down. So hopefully just carry it onto the green and let it roll on towards the flag.
Nice stroke on it, which is lacking in my game at the moment. Right. Nice stroke. That was quite nice. Go on then, Bob. Go on then. Okay. Again, strokes on a nice stroke. Cool. Okay. Pause. Nice up and down. Next hole. Right, so it's driver on this hole, short par 4. Gonna need a tee, hitting off the mat here, so found myself a nice pink tee. So the plan is here, in between the red pinky tree on the right and then the bushy one about 30 yards right, left of it on the left. So let's try and find somewhat of a flat stance. Alright, let's go here. Oh, I can't get the tee in. Okay, just about. Stay. Stay. Okay. So, can't miss right. So left is the play, really. Short tree at the back. Close near the green is the goal. Nice swing. That was really nice. Bit of a draw as well. Didn't really want a draw on this hole. It was a little bit toey, I think. Toey draw. So pretty nice driver shot, nice swing on it. Kind of started where I wanted it to, and then drew a bit. So hopefully with the soft ground, it hasn't sort of bounced off too far to the right. I reckon it'll be 30 yards short of the green, hopefully, and just on the right. By the looks of it, it'll give me a nice bit of green to work with for a chip in. Let's go and have a look. Okay, so yeah, about 10 yards short of the green, 20 yards to the flag. It always rolls away from you on this. Normally I like to play it low and land it on a few yards onto the green and just let it release. And it's going to be better than the chip on the first, because I'm just going to commit to it and hit a nice stroke. Just outside the left. Okay, got away with that. Didn't quite hit it as hard as I wanted to. It kicked off the slope before the green, and we're about probably 3 or 4 foot. But looking now, actually, it's more of a downslope than I expected. So I've got a little bit lucky, a little bit fortunate with that one. This little tricky little one. It's gonna move. I'm gonna go left edge. Sort of dead pace left edge. Birdie. Oh, okay. Swung a bit more.
So on to the 5th, my favourite hole on either of the courses here at Cottesmore. The weather today not doing it justice, looking a bit cloudy, a bit gloomy, but such a nice hole over the lake with the sort of trees in the background framing the green. So it's playing 124, downhill, so just going to hit a little pitch and wedge. Okay, so just walking around,
Pleased with the result on the green. Looked like about 15-20 feet to the left of the flag, right on the top tier. Good distance control. Didn't feel like I struck it very well. I felt really toey, but you know, we're on the green, so let's see if I can put a nice stroke on it and scare the hole for a birdie.
So we've got about 15 feet downhill, a little bit left to right as well, so aiming probably a couple of feet outside the left side here.
Well, neither did I really get the line or the pace on that one. Okay, disappointing. Free stab.
So onto the 6th hole, fairly big dog leg round to the left hand side, so really need to just hit about 200 yards. Gonna aim just over the edge of those trees on the left, and if I can hit just a little bit of a fade, if not then should be fine in the fairway.
That was nice. Okay, straight over the edge of that tree. Sort of song, maybe helps me decide.
So I hit a really nice tee shot, nice 3-iron, didn't fade at all but went straight, finished down the middle, so got a nice shot into the green. So I left myself about 150 into the green, so I've got an 8-iron here. So just pushed the 8-iron a few yards. It did bounce on the side of the green and looked like it just rolled off into this rough down here. It's not sat very nice at all, so just going to try and bump it onto the green and see how it comes out. And it just came out there a little bit hotter than I imagined. And in case you didn't hear that, I said that was the worst stroke ever, so such a poor stroke. Anyway, bogey again. So 7th hole, just going to hit a 6-iron down the middle, so the dip before the green, so just need a layup short of that.
Okay, so nice little 6-iron right down the middle. Underestimated maybe the wind here, and laid back maybe a little bit further than I initially thought. I could have easily hit another 30 yards. I just didn't want to end up on the downslope. So anyway, a bit of poor course management there, but at least I got a full shot in.
So after opening to have about 100 yards in, I've got 130 yards in, so I'm going to hit a 9-iron. It's into the wind. This is a very narrow green. As you can see, it looks like I'm set up just a little bit too far right, which we'll see doesn't turn out so good in a second. Otherwise, struck this one nicely. So ended up pulling that 9-iron a little bit, hit the tree just by me here, dropped back down, so I've got a little chip up the hill onto the green, bit of green to work with, so just going to bump a 50-degree up there. Came out a little bit lower than I expected, but result was quite nice, so pleased with that one. So just got a little putt for par. I'm going to take the flag out this time, as just to see if that makes any difference to my putting. And turns out it didn't make the blind bit of difference. Anyway, missed another short one, a little bit frustrating, and another bogey. So 8th hole, little par 3, play about 100 yards into a little bit of wind here. So just going to hit gap wedge.
Just got up there.
So I thought I'd hit the tee shot a little bit too softly and come up short, but pin high, about 12 foot putt for birdie here.
Not very made just outside to the left.
So this birdie putt, a little bit down the hill, left to right, hit a nice putt, just went a few foot by. And I know, I missed the one coming back, so absolute shocker here.
Okay, it's going to be fun watching these numbers on Arcos.
So last hole, 9th hole, dog leg round to the left hand side, so just aiming for this tall tree in the distance with hopefully a little bit of fade on it would be perfect.
Right, fade, 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 fade. Let's do this.
And absolutely spanked this one, a little bit too far actually. So if you count the steps here, I think I'm about a good 30, 40 yards too far with the drive, so a little bit of poor course management there. Didn't expect to be going that far on a different fairway, actually far enough beyond the trees that I've got space to go over the trees back onto the 9th hole that I'm playing. So slapped the 6 iron a little bit in towards the green, so came up 30 yards short. So got this pitch in towards the green. Green slopes back to front and quite a bit left to right as well. Not the best of lies here, but hoping to land this one just on the green and get it bumping up towards the flag.
Stop. Okay, actually, distance-wise.
However, just started this one a little bit too straight at the flag and it's just bouncing and rolling round to the right. So for a par putt on the last, got about 12-15 foot. This one definitely breaks a little bit right to left. And at least I gave this one a good go. Nice stroke on this one and just missed. So again, another bogey to finish with. So here's a screenshot from the Arcos app. Not my finest work, but at least this makes it easy to improve upon for next time. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you next Friday.